Good evening. This is Kathy Beatty with Divorce Support Anonymous. Sorry it took me a minute to get started because I had a puppy who decided he wanted to whine and play, so I had to put him up quickly. But I am so happy to be with you tonight. I'm sorry that you even have need for hope and direction and information going through divorce, but I am so grateful that you are here because when we are intentional, that is when the healing truly begins. And that's one of the topics that we are going to talk about tonight is finding the words to help you heal. Of course, you can ask questions, make comments. I'll try to watch carefully for the comments. Sometimes I don't see them till after I'm finished, but I do want to watch them and make sure that I can respond to them. Tonight, we are going to talk about finding the words that help you heal. Wow, how important that is. Hey, Mabel, hello. I'm glad that you're with us tonight. So, finding the words that help us to heal and how important that is. So, not all of us are well equipped with finding the right words to define where we are feeling. And to be able to do that is really important that we are to find the words that identify how we're feeling. And I'll give you some examples of that tonight. But I want just to share with you a couple of verses that I think are great. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. So the scriptures tell us words are incredibly powerful, and we know because we can build people up with them, and we can also destroy people with them. So we are well aware of the power of words and the effect that they can have. We still hear some of the words that we were told when we were children. And even though it's been decades and decades past, they still resonate within us. So we know words are powerful. But I also love this one from Proverbs. Pleasant words are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. Healing to the bones. So that means to the very depth of us, words can impact us. And so many of you who follow along with me are those who are finished with their divorce, and now you're working on building your new life. And I want to talk to you a little bit about that and the reason why it is so important that we learn the words and identify the words that identify the feelings that are going on inside of us. Now, I talk with people a lot, and I know that many of you are great with numbers, right? You use that side of your brain. But when it comes to words, it's difficult to really describe what is going on with you. And that's understandable. I'm a little envious of those of you who are great in math because I'm not. But words, I love. I love the power of them. I like the nuances of them. I love the ability to be able to express to each other and create these word pictures that communicate to other people and also communicate to me. So those word pictures can be really helpful as we are trying to find the healing words within us to help us to heal, to move forward. So I want to use tonight a couple of examples, a couple of my materials. This book, 30 Days of Healing After Divorce, is really a book that's near and dear to my heart. Does it say that, oh, you're going to be healed in 30 days? No, But what it does say is it gives you an opportunity to be honest on 30 different topics in your life, to be able to find the words to identify exactly what is that area that needs to be healed. Because if we don't identify it, we cannot begin the healing process of it. That's so important for us to know. So I want to use this book a little bit tonight and really just explain some of it. So it's 30 days, and day one starts out with what's hiding. So there are a lot of emotions and thoughts within us that we can't quite bring out. Many of the reasons is because we've been spending so much time stuffing it inside of us and not exploring and being curious about how we feel. So this book starts out, what's hiding. It's amazing how skilled we become at hiding emotional hurts. Past emotional pain affects how we live in our world today. It's a quiet vibration that remains inside of you until it's held and quieted, held and comforted by you and by others. For some, that vibration is slight, but for others, the pain is continually rattling their lives. It's there hovering over your day and grating upon your heart, and locating the pain is crucial. Locating the pain is crucial. We would rather run away from it, hide it, stuff it, and fool ourselves. But it's going to erupt in different ways in our lives. So when you go to the doctor, first thing you're going to be asked is, where does it hurt? So for a diagnosis of a physical illness, we have to be able to describe how that physical pain hurts. And that's true with our emotions as well. So there's some questions in here. With this book is designed very simple, because I realize a lot of you are dealing with a lot of stuff, but you need to make those intentional small steps in healing. And so that's what it is. Day one is a very short narrative, a story, 3 points, and then some questions. And one question is, are there hidden pains in my life that affect me profoundly? Why would I hide them? Are there hidden pains in my life that affect me profoundly? Why would I hide them? I think that's a fascinating question to explore. Why why would I feel the need to stuff my emotions and my hurts? Maybe that's because of pride. Maybe that's because that's how we were taught as children, that we don't bring up emotional pain. We stuff it, we deny it. Many reasons, but and then there's two other questions in here. Or one thought: denial only buries pain deeper. And then one to do: write down my answer to this question: where is my pain today? And so to do this workbook really requires that we quiet ourselves, that we drop all of the defenses and rationalizations that we've put up, and we really begin to explore what's going on in our mind and heart. And it's not for the faint of heart, quite honestly. It takes courage. And yet, once we are honest with ourselves and we embrace some truths, then we can begin to move forward to make changes. And in those changes, we can find that healing. So that's just one of the days here that hi Michael, good to see you. Or can't really see you, see your icon, but it's good to have you here. And then day two talks about mental games, and how well we play mental games. And there's a statement in here that says, honesty with self is a great gift of wisdom. Seeking truth is worth it. It's worth the work and the time to be seeking the truth that is going on within our mind and heart. those things that are blocking us, that are keeping us stuck and not allowing us to move forward. So, how much time and energy have I wasted playing mental games? Maybe that's lying to myself. Maybe that's rationalizing things away. Maybe that's lying to others or living by others people's expectations, and the list goes on. There's another day in here that I want to just touch on, and that's loneliness. And I can't seem to find what page it's on. It's one of the earlier days. Day 8, we talk about loneliness. And there's different types of loneliness. So here's a good example of what I mean about identifying our feelings. And that is, we can say, I'm lonely. And that is a truth that comes with divorce because we are going through this huge change. And that's understandable. And we can state that and we can feel really down, or we can do something about it. And one of the ways in which we can identify how we are feeling in words is we ask ourselves some questions. What does it mean when I say loneliness? What does that mean exactly? Does that mean I'm lonely of intimacy, of sexuality? I'm lonely in that way? Does that mean I am lonely in conversation because I haven't had a deep conversation? We've talked surface stuff, weather and sports and activities and politics and all of those things that really do not get to the heart of a person, nor do they help us connect with a person. So, are we lonely in conversation to have real, heartfelt, gut level conversation? Is that what we mean by lonely? Or are we lonely because we don't have anyone to do things with? We don't have someone to ride bikes with, or go to movies with, or go out to dinner with. So, as you can see, I hope, when you just say, I'm lonely, it's pretty vague. And it really makes you feel a little helpless and hopeless. But when I say I am lonely for conversation, then I can start beginning to look for what would help me not be lonely in finding that profound, deep level connected conversation. There are groups that want that for you, that are there intentionally. I think of small groups in my church, in your church, or churches you haven't visited yet, that want that connection with people and want that real conversation that we are longing for because we're lonely. So when we can filter it down and get to that, that's an important identifying word that can help us move forward. Also, if we talk of activities, I'm lonely and not having anyone for activities, well, then we can find a healthy meetup group, or we can find, put out on the neighborhood page, I want to form a group of women that love to go biking or kayaking or whatever. So, but see, it really does depend on you, because no one, I promise you, no one is coming knocking on your door and saying, I have your life for you. If they do, it's probably a scam. Now, I want to give a word of caution. If you say that I'm lonely for intimacy and sexuality, that is an area that is going to make us vulnerable. So we have to put up those really careful boundaries because we are vulnerable right now and we are needy right now. So identifying that is good, but also understanding, okay, this is a red flag that I need to watch out for because I am vulnerable. And I could find myself falling into a situation to where I'm going to further complicate my life. I'm going to further complicate my life. And I don't want to do that right now because I've got some healing to do. Some healing to do. So that's just a small sample example of what goes on in this book. It goes through all kinds of stuff, sexual healing, acceptance, financial healing. Yes, there is such a thing. Healing from other people's expectations, boundaries, all kinds of affirming self-worth, all the areas that we need healing. This is so reasonable. It's out on Amazon. You can pick it up. I think it's $14, $15. Um, it's worth the investment, minor, minimal investment in finding and identifying the words that are going to help you heal. So keep that in mind. I don't promote my books much. I should do better, but I'm terrible at marketing. But I highly recommend this book. And don't be in a hurry. It gives you one idea, 2 pages a day. And they are short pages. They're short pages. They look like this, right? Short pages, short questions. But it is a training for you to begin to be honest with yourself and how you are feeling and identifying those words so that you can begin to move forward. One other thing I'll throw out there quickly, this book, Building Your Future After Divorce. Again, minimal cost. Christianbooks.com is the cheapest place to find it. It's available on Amazon and also Barnes & Noble. Feel free to pick that up. But it is an 8-week opportunity for you to go through and really rebuild and redesign your life. This is the book when you say at the end of divorce support, what now? This is the book that gets you there. It allows you to create a new life declaration, and it walks you through all the areas of your life to get to that point to where you do a new life declaration. It helps refine your vision and your mission statement for the rest of your life. And it is really what we need. It provides us that structure and those thoughts. So I hope that that has been of some help to you in realizing the importance that I identify the word, not the I'm angry, I'm lonely, I'm frustrated, whatever the word might be. Dig deeper. What does that mean precisely? And that is going to help me begin to identify exactly how I'm feeling so I know how to proceed and I know how to work on my own healing. Hope that's of help. I appreciate your time. Thank you for joining me tonight. This is Kathy Beatty with Divorce Support Anonymous, walking with you every step of the way through the trauma of divorce. Good evening.